Hello everybody, I'm Jake, the GeekOutTech, and today I'm going to show you how to use annotation clips in ScreenFlow 4. The first thing you need to do is go to the Properties pane and click on the little square with the pencil in the upper right corner. And here we have our Annotations properties. Now if you want to add an annotation to your timeline, just move the scrubber to where you want it and click Add Annotations Clip. There we go. Now this is for drawing shapes in your videos, typically to bring attention to a particular part of your video. So the first thing here, just click this one with a little arrow and click in the preview window where you want the arrow to start and drag it out to where you want it to end. Now you can fine tune it here at different angles. If you want it to stay flat, you can hold down the Shift button and it'll stay at a straight line in increments of 45-degree angles. So 45 degrees there and 90 and so on and so forth to get the idea. All right. And at this point, after you let go, you can further adjust the line by clicking on the little squares here and dragging them around. So the first thing you can do with this is you can adjust the color here. Let's say we want it to be orange. The opacity, or how see-through this is, the thickness, and you can add a shadow in here, and you can add an outline, and you can adjust the color of the outline. Let's say we want it yellow. That ought to make it pretty bright. And then you can adjust the endpoints. You can adjust, you can add an arrow, so you can have a double arrowed line. You can put a circle, diamond shaped, and this shape, whatever you want to call it, and you can adjust the other end as well. Alright, so that's adding a line. Let me get rid of that real quick, and here's the other line feature with no arrowheads at either end, so click and drag just like before to where you need it. And you can actually add arrowheads later. You can just go and add an arrowhead there if you want. And you can adjust the color and everything else. Let's get rid of that. Next option here is just a solid block of color. Click and drag. You can make a rectangle. If you hold down the Shift, it will stay a square. Next option here is just an outline of a rectangle or square, like so. Hold down Shift again, stays a square. And the last option here is a circle or ellipse. Click and drag. You can change the shape. Hold down Shift again and it'll stay a circle. So let's make a nice little oval. Change the color here so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Now at this point you can adjust the shape of this by clicking on any of the little squares and adjust it. And when you're done working with it, just click outside in the gray area outside the preview or in this darker area of the timeline, and then you're done adjusting it. Now if you want to move this around afterwards, just click on it once and it looks like so, and you can click in here and drag it, move it around. You can rotate this like so. And you can adjust the shape of it here also. Just note that when you adjust it like this, you're actually stretching the image, and it's kind of hard to see, but when you stretch it, see, like the left and right side of this oval, the line is actually getting thicker when you stretch it. If you don't want that to happen, let's return this back to normal. If you don't want that to happen, click it again, and then you can stretch it out this way where it's not actually stretching, it's adjusting the side, and the thickness of that line all the way throughout will not change. Alright, one last thing you can do with the annotations clip is add a video action to it. Let me zoom in here in the timeline so we can see this a little bit better. Go over here to Video Properties and highlight our annotation in the timeline and add a video action. And you can do any video actions that you do with any video clips here. You can change the position, rotation, opacity, things like that. Let's say we want it to fade in. At the beginning, we'll adjust the opacity down to 0. And so then you have a nice fade in effect. You can see here, fades in. And that's all there is to using annotation clips in ScreenFlow 4. I'm Jake, the GeekOutTech. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It's the easiest way to support the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.